and gentlemen, the moment that you woke up today, you knew that there was something different, man, in the air. You know, you went around smelling, and then there's no extra, good breakfast today. You know, you turn over to the left and you go, and there's no One Piece chapter today either. So then what could it be, man? What could it be that's making today so damn special? So you get online, man, you go on Manga Stream, and you see that Togashi has blessed us with the greatness. Hunter, Goat, Hunter, chapter 361. Another chapter of Hunter x Hunter, man. You know, I always say that every chapter of Hunter x Hunter is a blessing, man. Because in another extra chapter in that journey of Hunter x Hunter greatness is always a blessing, man. So, let's go ahead and get right into it, bro. And then we see a color page, man, of all 14 princes with the King of Kaiken on top and the parasite jar in the middle, man. Yeah, that parasite jar is really, really spooky, man. I've said that since the first time that I saw it, but I find it pretty cool how the first color page when Hunter x Hunter came back last time was based around the jar. And now it's based around the jar again in chapter 361. The boat is traveling into the Sea of Chaos. Hunter x Hunter. They're showing that beast volume cover, man, with Crollo and Hisoka. Can't wait to get that volume, man. And Japan is coming out on June 26th. So I'm looking forward to whenever it comes out over here. Chapter 361, Withdrawal. There's Togashi, the goat. Schemes and plans abound in the succession battle. The latest issue, 34 of JC, is on sale. We're in the serialization launch in a full color spread, man. Yeah, this is quite a beautiful color page here, man. The 14 princes, bro. This is about to get wild, man. Oh, this is some goat fan art, bro. Yo! Oh, it's a combination of 3 different artists at once. You know, you have Illumi, Crollo, and Hisoka. Yeah, this looks amazing. Here we go. Hunter x Hunter, man. I can't believe I'm reading a new chapter. The assassin's dagger attacks. Kurapika goes right up on him with his chain. And he wraps it. And he does a wrestling maneuver, bro. He's like, takedown. Get out of here. His knife goes up into the air. Bill, those 3 methods you mentioned earlier. Will we need Sayard here to withdraw from the succession battle? Oh, that's cool, man. I like the way this panel is drawn. Because we're seeing it from the assassin's perspective. So, you know, we're seeing it from an upside down point of view, man. I always like little stuff like that. Carton was the one we really needed, being a conjurer type. We could transform into a boat or vehicle that would be able to carry at the most 5 people. Though being a joint type, he would have required the aura of other people. What is your type and ability? I was free, so it asked me a favor. Huh? Hold on. Let me reread this one more time. He could transform into a boat or vehicle that would be able to carry at the most 5 people. Though being a joint type, it would require the aura of other people. What is your type and ability? I was free, so it asked me a favor. Without his explicit approval, I cannot just tell you what his ability is on my own. Sayard is an emitter. Wait, hold on, let me read this up here. This is an emergency situation here. I'm asking you so I have the information I need to solve this as quickly as possible. Or was all that you said about ensuring the safety of the king and queen just a bunch of lies? Kurapika's out here, man. He's like, what you saying to me, son? Sayard is an emitter type Nen user. Though his ability is probably closer to a manipulator's, he launches his Nen out in a ball and then is able to control any bugs that he captures with it, man. He's got a little Shino version of the steel ball in Steel Ball Run, man. You know, he's capturing on the ball and I see that just may be of use. And we see Kurapika, man, he moves down the chain of judgment. I've always loved his move. I want you to leave one out. No way! All the way back here to the training, bro? With him and his master? Leave one out? Why? I'm fully in favor of your idea. You know, before continuing, I always loved this portion of Hunter x Hunter before we got into York New, and he was training with his master, man. Like, I was wondering why his master didn't have a more prevalent role in this story, And of course, you know, it's because in Hunter x Hunter, with its style of storytelling, you don't really see like a reoccurring character for quite some time. For example, like I thought that Wing was gonna be a very, very important character later on in the story, but he only really appeared again in the election arc as like a small time character that just came on to vote. So when I first got into Hunter x Hunter, I thought that his master was going to have like a big role and who Kurapika was going to be and how he was going to be, but that wasn't the case, man. So seeing this right here is pretty cool. I've always loved the dynamic that him and his master had, man. Now they're going back to that again, so that's cool. Leave one out? Why? Even though, of course, we see his master here that he is one of the bodyguards in the in this arc, but still, you know, seeing a flashback to whenever he was training him is always really nice to see as well. I'm fully in favor of your idea of having chains on each one of your fingers and assigning different powers to each of them. But I just get the feelings that with those chains, you're trying to set up a situation where you can fight all on your own. And what's wrong with that? In a battle of Nen, the most important principle is that if your opponent has many on his side, then you must as well. Combining powers to attack and synergy between abilities far exceeds the strength of any individual's power. Well, I suppose once you actually fight, you'll know what I mean. But by then, it will already be too late, which is why I'm giving you this warning now. But it doesn't look like you'll accept it. So instead, I propose a compromise. If when you fight for real, you feel as though there's something you lack, then you should add an ability that will compensate for it. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense, especially for a character like Kurapika. And you're sure this is what you want? I don't take you for the kind of person who would be satisfied even if they failed, as long as they were doing what they felt was right. You're more of the kind that would go over every single option to ensure they had selected the best one possible to achieve their goal, aren't you? And honestly, that doesn't even just go for Kurapika. There's a couple of characters in Hunter x Hunter that are like that. There's actually a lot of characters in Hunter x Hunter that are like that. But I feel like, once again, that is something that we explored in Crollo versus Hisoka, into which, if you're presented with too many options, then your mind is just going to continue to overflow, and you're not going to be able to... You have to pick between A through D or A through E, and you're going to be like, yo, what do I pick, man? Like, which one would be the right scenario? And then it looks like he's pointing towards one and going to the other. Then he's going to get screwed out of it. So even though Kurapika having that, it does seem like an advantage in certain situations, it's also a disadvantage in certain situations as well, especially when you don't know. Or especially when you do know. I think knowing would be better than not knowing in that case. Because if you know, then you automatically, in your head, will be coming up with all these different scenarios of, okay, it could happen this and this and this and this and this. But if you don't know the Nen ability, then you could just use yours and, you know, play a game of cat and mouse here. But if you don't know, or if you do know, oh man, you're planning for that ahead and for a long time. And even then, there's still a lot of different possibilities that could happen. So, you know, even though that is a great aspect to have, that also is a disadvantage in certain aspects as well. If you plan to go to war against a group of A-rank bounties, then cast your personal feelings aside and find yourself some allies. I'm fine with allies. You mean you're fine with collecting pawns you can just sacrifice when convenient? But that's not what I'm talking about. This is also something you'll learn that you'll only learn once you fight alongside allies. Indeed, it's all exactly as you said it would be. Progressing forward like this was hardly a simple task. You know, we actually got a flashback showcasing importance, man, with his master, bro. That was cool. But that's why I want the strength to fight on my own all the more. Though reality, man, it shows Kurapika, Gon, Leorio, man. He feels them, and I actually just rewatched the scene. It's episode 55 in Hunter x Hunter 2011. Just rewatched that scene on Cartoon Network whenever it aired on Saturday, where he finally like tells Leorio, Gon, and Killua, and just whenever they're all sitting down and Gon is like about to risk it all just for this mission, and Kurapika's just telling them like, man, you guys don't gotta worry about it, bro. Like we're cool, man. Like you guys are my pals, man. We're friends, man. And you know, coming from Kurapika, man, the meaning of friendship has to mean so much more, you know. And especially knowing the type of character and the type of man that he is. But he still remembers those times and those bonds and those memories with these characters, man. I like little stuff like that. To fight on my own all the more. The reality isn't all that simple. Steel chain. Yo. Written as thieving index finger chain. And we see Prince Wobble over there in just a tiny little bit of the corner. And he pierces this chain. And it goes right into his heart, it appears. What in the world? I'm going to borrow Sarid's Nen ability temporarily. What? So that's what steel chain means? If I keep sucking out his aura with this syringe like this, I can even put him into a state identical to Zetsu. If the Nen beasts were up against their parasite types then that require the aura of their hosts, then whatever that Nen beast put into Sarid may also be a parasite type. In which case, if the aura it's feeding on disappears, then it should either exit his body or disappear altogether. And what if it doesn't leave? If hostile evil Nen continues to assault him while he's in a state of Zetsu, then Sarid's mind and body would be destroyed. The safety of the queen and royal heir are of the utmost priority. If those worries and misgivings you're having should become reality, then the information we gain can be used to create more countermeasures against them. If I should be the next to die after this, then that's how you must think as well, Bill. And man, he's even thinking past death, bro. Trying to protect the guys around him. You know, he's going back to that lesson presented by his master. Holy flagnards, man. But yo, now he has an ability similar once again to Krolos. Into which, you know, he can steal his Nen ability temporarily. That's insane! And yet very, very important. Can you imagine if he's fighting like a top tier and he manages to bring out the steel chain and they don't know? Holy flagnards, bro. Like, I've always seen the parallels between him and Crollo, but something similar to skill, I mean, not similar, but, you know, around the same field as Skill Hunter, man. But to steal their abilities. Wow. It's only limited to one ability because it's only one chain. But still, man, that's crazy. Of course, if you should be taken down by a different Nen beast, then I would do the same thing in order to gain new information. Man. What the hell is that? It's like a teddy bear spider, man. That thing's like Shonen Jump Captain out here. What in the flying flagnards is this? And it's escaping. Index finger. Emperor time! Yo! The legendary move! Then it's a whale now. Yo, these parasite beasts are weird, bro. Like, we saw them in chapter 360 and like that huge barrage, that beautiful double-page spread of like all the different beasts coming out. Equip stolen power. Equip completed. And this chunk is like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual Disc, man. Hold on. So he captures it right here. Here comes the whale. Or what, dolphin, whatever it is. It's a fish, man. Equip stolen power. Equip completed. Analyzing. Come on, man. I'm gonna load the next page. Hold on. I'm gonna have to restart my computer. It's tripping. Yo, but still, like... Hold on. Telling you, man. I can't even read 14 pages out here without a computer crashing. And yesterday I read 12 pages of Kingdom. Maybe that's what it is, man. It was greatness overload. I couldn't handle Kingdom and Hunter x Hunter back to back. But man, dude, now with this new chain that he has, this new thieving chain, where he's able to steal one certain Nen ability. Flagnards. How could that be used from here on out? Can you imagine? If Grabigo were to steal a Nen ability. That just presents like brand new scenarios. Especially here in the Dark Continent, man, where I'm pretty sure there's so many different Nen users. Come on, man, load. Alright. Let's see. It's taking forever to load, man. Hunter x Hunter greatness crashed it. Alright, here we go. Alright. Equip stolen power. Equip completed. Analyzing. Make it full screen. Stolen ability's name is Little Eye. The ability to control any small living beings caught in its ball-shaped Nen. However, this does not include living beings conjured by Nen. Or let's repeat that one more time. Stolen ability's name is Little Eye. The ability to control any small living beings caught in its ball-shaped Nen. Small living beings. However, this does not include living beings conjured by Nen. It's important there. So I can't use it to hijack the enemy's ability. That Nen beast just now has the power to control people using the keyword free. So that spider beast is able to control people using that spider bear, teddy bear, is able to control people using the keyword free. But if that requires the condition of being able to hear the voice of the Nen beast, then that ability won't work on the princes who aren't Nen users to begin with. Interesting. Please search for an appropriate small living being to use retry on. The hell's this? Hold on. Please search for an appropriate small living being to use retry on. Since the ability has been activated as long as I am not released, Emperor Time will be forced to continue. Emperor Time has been active for, I know, go on standby for a bit. Acknowledged. This is so cool. It's a fish with sunglasses here, man. This is cool. At least that's what it looks like to me. Bill, I think you should be all right now. Please die starting into a chair. Man, dude, but you know, this is adding a completely different layer to what we knew about Nen, and now with these parasite types. So just with a keyword, this thing is able to invade your body, bro. On some some stuff, bro. You know, a parasite, man, the greatness. It's just even more, you know, Togashi paying homage to the goat, to the greatness, man. A parasite, the maximum. After I spoke with that huge stuffed animal-looking thing, this other smaller one, latched onto me and was just constantly asking me, "Are you free?" Somehow it seemed only Nen users could see it. I tried telling it, "I'm not free, get lost," over and over again, but it didn't do a damn thing. Until finally, as soon as I said that, I no longer had control over my own body. After that, where is the murderer? The Kaken army will be taking custody of and questioning him if you would hand him over. Kurapika, hold on, I gotta go back up here. Fine, I'm free now. What the hell do you want? So he said that. I tried telling him I'm not free, get lost over and over again, but until finally, and then he stated it. And as soon as he said that, I no longer had control over my own body. Okay. But when he said it, when he said I'm free now, that's when the parasite took over. Okay, here comes. The Kaken army will be taking custody of and questioning him if you would hand him over. Kurapika, what's happening with my powers? They're still in here. And they're still in the syringe. Then I'd like you to keep them and hang on to them. As much as I would love to, as soon as I use them once, they automatically return to their original owner. I see, then in that case, let me explain a little more about it. The largest creature that my power can control is about the size of a hamster. Even if that creature is in a different place from you, you will gain any information that it sees or hears. Being inconspicuous, you would think flies and mosquitoes would be good candidates, but they have many natural predators and often die to other bugs. Also, the one use you mentioned may also count a failure to capture something, so be careful. Even I have trouble capturing quicker, more nimble creatures sometimes. Hold on. Let's listen to this one more time. I see, then in that case, let me explain a little more about it. The largest creature my power can control is about the size of a hamster. Even if that creature is in a different place from you, you will gain any information that it sees or hears. Being inconspicuous, you would think flies and mosquitoes would be good candidates, but they have many natural predators. And so what he's basically saying is, you know, you may think that flies and mosquitoes would be good candidates because they can just go anywhere and they can fly around and gain so much information. But they have so many natural-born predators all around them at all times. You know, like you never notice, man. Like at nighttime, or maybe you do notice, but whenever, you know, things go, they go spooky in the night, man. You know, you have spiders out there, lizards, man. Like they have so many natural-born predators that are going after these very same flies and mosquitoes, which you think would be able to see anything, but they don't live for long because they're being eaten, man, by frogs and a whole bunch of other natural predators. So that is a pretty good thing to tell the guy. Please make good use of it. Use it to find the real culprit. I don't think that we can possibly endure any more of this. We do not care if we're arrested by the military or even banished. But please make this stop. It's only been 2 hours since we left port, and the 11 bodyguards are down to a mere 2. Bro, it's only been 2 hours, bro! And they have to be here for 2 months. But this is what they needed to prepare for the Dark Continent, bro. This is what you need to prepare for. I told you, bro. We were talking about this yesterday. Survival. If you can survive this, it's already a testament. It's 0.04 survival rate just getting out of the Dark Continent. You haven't even gotten there yet. You need to survive just on the boat. On the boat! By the gods, man. You are in the middle of your explanation, but for the remaining two methods, are they still going to be possible without Carton? Yes, but one of them is extremely difficult and requires the cooperation of Periston. Periston? The other is even more difficult and requires the cooperation of Master Beyond. Hold on! Yo! Beyond and Periston? And then move someone else, bro, of course. Is Prince Momose's protection really sufficient? Prince Residential Area, Section 12. Quit being so noisy. She's already got 6 bodyguards. That's plenty. I don't know why I said enjoy Wheeler's voice, but we freaking whatever, man. It'll just end up scaring him all the more. I want to make sure he's calm and feels comfortable. Besides, Mariam's protection is more important than hers. Come here. Is it really okay? She can hear you. But what about our contract with Prince Momose? It's fine. I only made the contract for Mara's anyways. Don't worry. I'll still pay you. So then is it okay if we go? Of course. Momose can look after herself, right? Yes, mother. Don't worry about me. Nah, man. Hold on, bro. She's about to get wrecked. Something is about to happen and she is going to get wrecked, bro. You do not simply just say, oh, yeah, man. No, don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. Not in Hunter x Hunter. Not in Hunter x Hunter. You can say, yes, mother, don't worry about me. In another series, not in Hunter x Hunter. You say something like that in Hunter x Hunter with a smile, and next page, I could turn the page right now and she can be dead. That's Hunter x Hunter for you. That's Hunter x Hunter. I mean, I'm shooting. This is a shoot. Look at this, man. Momose can look after herself, right? Not in Hunter x Hunter. Not what Togashi is in mangaka, I'll tell you that. You guys can go relax in the room next door. I'll be fine. Thank you very much for your consideration. But this is our mission, so if you don't mind. Is that so? Well, thank you for your hard work. I feel sorry for Mother and Mariam. People will thought even the capacity to be king. Yo, her sacred beast is behind her, man. Freaking Hamtaro over here. Remember Hamtaro? Back on Cartoon Network, bro. Hamtaro over here is behind her while she's knitting. I haven't even done anything today, but I feel totally pooped. People without even the capacity to be king, yo. She's a savage. I feel sorry for Mother and Mariam. People without even the capacity to be king. Like, these guys, they're scrubs, man. I don't need them, bro. I'll protect myself, yo. She has Hamtaro watching this stuff, bro. I wonder what's wrong with me. Having to go through that much hassle and worry. What about the prince's food? Nobody else is here. We're gonna have to make it. Who else? Whoa, you're amazing. Well, I've got a... Yo, Harkin Burke, bro. This man, he is one of the most important characters thus far. But I can definitely see him being cut down almost immediately because we already got his backstory. We already know what he went through and whatnot. So I can see Harkin Burke being the first guy to actually, get killed in the Succession War. But I still see him being one of the ones to be, getting the spotlight on the most. And usually the ones getting spotlighted are the most are either the last 2 surviving members of something like this, the first guy that dies. So usually it goes the first guy that dies, usually someone that you didn't expect to die but ends up dying anyway. Is usually the first one that dies. The last 2 surviving members, and then one of them that is either like the one right before that, or one that dies before that. So like in like the last 4, or the first one. Because in like these type of survival situations, like whenever like you read a series like Battle Royale or Judge or Danganronpa, like those type of series, in like a survival type of scenario, usually the first one that gets killed was really extremely important, and the last 2, and usually like the last 4. But usually that's how it goes. And in this situation, it would have to be Harkin Burke, Benjamin, Tereshnade, Prince Wobble, and maybe now that they're focusing on who could be the 5th one, because I still see Hamtaro getting wrecked. But if she's being focused on 2, then I guess. But with Togashi, you never know, man. You really never know, bro. He likes to break those type of things. So, Master Harkin Burke, it's time for you to take your leave. Well, then excuse me. I look forward to the next dinner party. Master Harkin Burke, I'm just saying goodbye to my father. Hey, man, he's going over to Kaiken, bro. The king of Kaiken. Excuse me, it appears my son has something to discuss in private, Hui. Well, we can discuss the investment another time. What is it, Hui? I am withdrawing from the succession battle. Bro, Bro, look at this Nen Beast, man. This thing looks like a freaking Yu-Gi-Oh monster, bro. That guy has 2,500 attack, man, 1,200 defense. Look at this thing, it has one eye. On some relinquished stuff, man. It looks like he would fight Pegasus. Yu-Gi boy, Pegasus. I only participated in the ceremony to save face for you, father. I don't need a crown won through bloodshed. Yo, Harkin Burke. Ho ho ho, do as you wish, we. Yo, that smile, man. That's a devious smile, bro. And Maelstrom, does he want this or doesn't he? Hey, there's no we're going on break, man. Hunter x Hunter is getting another chapter next week, so I'm already happy. But man, Harkin Burke withdraws. So that by itself presents two scenarios. But look at this Nen Beast, bro. Look at this jug. It legit looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh monster that would have like 2,500 attack, 1,200 defense, man. Shout out to Summon Skull. But man, dude, so they can just get out of the Succession War, but still go on the Dark Continent. But with his smile, it makes me believe that they're gonna murk him. Like, they're about to kill Harkin Burke, bro. I just have the strangest feeling, man. But that presents a brand new scenario. Because if somebody can just leave the Succession War, can they just as easily get back in the Succession War? So, like, let me I'll put it like this. Let's just say Harkin Burke leaves. And because Harkin Burke could actually be a genius here. There's three possible scenarios that could happen right now. The first one being Harkin Burke leaves and then he returns back again whenever, you know, he sees the danger is lowered. And that way he doesn't exhaust himself, you know, he's not worried about anything because he hasn't been in it. And he comes back and he takes over the entire Succession War and then thus winning. He can insert himself back into it, you know, cash in Money in the Bank, whatnot, whatever you want to say. Number two, and this one is pretty damn, it's obvious, but at the same time, it's something that survival games like this you never would know. That he gets wrecked first, but it's actually like a decoy, like a sort of clone, and then he comes back and later on and reveals himself. But I don't think Togashi would do something like that. But then the third one, then this one's very important, and that is that all of the other 13 princes now, if they kill each other and they die, Harkin Burke is automatically the successor. Because all the other ones are dead. All the other princes are dead. Harkin Burke can just as easily not participate in this Succession War. According to the king. Unless they kill him. Unless like they execute him, you know. We're not dealing with this crap, man. If he doesn't want to participate, then just kill him. So if he waits it out and everyone just kills each other, but there has to be something else to it, man, because if I'm one of the other princes and I see that one of the other guys just pulled out, man, and just said screw it, especially in Hunter x Hunter, bro, I think they're still gonna go after him. I think they're still gonna murk him. I don't think, especially like the fourth prince doesn't care. Benjamin, it looks like doesn't give a damn either. So he better still watch his back. I'll tell you that, man. Harkin Burke still better watch his back. But I feel like there's something else, especially after seeing that Sacred Beast, that is going on here. I feel like there's a plan behind what he just stated. That there's another reason as to why he is leaving this Succession War. Like maybe there's something else that he has planned, you know, like one of those three options that I just said. But aside from that, man, yo, Hunter x Hunter's back. There's no hiatus next week, so we're confirmed 362 to have next week, man. But great chapter to come back to, man. Great chapter to come back to. Seeing Kurapika's thieving chain in the flesh, man, was pretty awesome. Sauce, you know, some more explanations on the parasite types, man. The max, getting a flashback between his master and him, bro. Back then, like that really shocked me. I was really happy to see that, and I hope we get some more stuff like that, man. You know, I always love seeing flashbacks to training, and especially in Hunter x Hunter, because you barely get to see their masters anymore. You really never get to see them. So, you know, I'm really happy that they went onto that thieving chain, though, because, you know, that could have a massive impact on something that happens later on in the story. So, and I loved the lessons they presented there in the flashback as well. And then, of course, you know, Hamtaro over there, man. She's hyped, bro. She's ready, man. She's ready to take on the situation at hand. She even says that she feels sorry for other people who aren't capable of becoming king, who don't have the capacity, the capabilities of becoming king, but she feels sorry for them. And then, of course, right there at the very end, man, Harkin Burke pulls out. But his Sacred Beast right behind him, bro. His Yu-Gi-Oh card. You know, man, and just like Kurapika said, bro, they've only been on, they left port 2 hours ago. They had 11 bodyguards, now they're down to 2. Only 2 hours, bro. Who the hell is gonna last 2 months? Who? Who, bro? Who's gonna last 2 months? Man, it's about to get crazy though, bro. This is just the very beginning. This is just the beginning of the greatness we're about to get, man. But it's just gonna continue to get more epic and more insane, man. I'm looking forward to whenever they start, you know, really pinpointing and focusing more on the princes. And, well, honestly, with anything, I'm interested in everything that's going down on this boat. And especially, yo, whenever he was asking Bill earlier that about the 2 other options, and he said that one of them involves Paris and the other involves Beyond. So I'm looking forward to seeing what those are, man. Holy flack, so it involves those 2. But aside from that, guys, man, I'm just so happy that Hunter x Hunter's back, man. Pretty damn good chapter for it to come back to, bro. And wow, man, I'm excited, yo. We just keep exploring more types of Nen. Like, the fact that these parasite types, well, at least that one in particular, maybe the other ones, you know, every single Nen ability is different, but in that one in particular, it was sound. They needed to hear it in order to invade your body. So whenever you said, or not even sound, a command. It's more like a command. To which, whenever he said, "I am free," that's whenever it felt like he was free to enter his body. So I can't wait to learn a little bit more about parasite types, man. They're interesting, man. I hope we get to a Migi type of character later on, man. You know, Migi, man. Shinichi. But aside from that, guys, really enjoyed this week's chapter. Let me know what you guys thought about Hunter x Hunter this week, man. Hunter x Hunter chapter 361. Just so happy that it's back, man. So happy that I'm able to be alive and healthy enough to witness the continuation of this awesome series, man. But I'll be back for 362, and maybe before for a little discussion, man, you know, based around the content of this chapter, based on any comments you guys might have, man. I might have like a mini Hunter x Hunter edition of the Recons piece, man, especially now that it's back, man. I always love discussing Hunter x Hunter, so if you have any comments that you'd like to discuss about the series, man, just leave them down below and we'll talk about it. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Have an awesome day. Hunter x Hunter greatness, man. So happy that it's back.